you want to understand the child's perspective, because how she perceived the situation is how he or she perceives the situation. You know, but then is it how do the fathers respond to, like, you fought for your children, and that is like, you could do not telling you do that, but you could do nothing else. And you'll always win in their eyes because you put forth the effort to fight for them. Like, you could tap out, whoa, I'm done. Like, you done. You know, and they gonna love daddy. But you know.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Reclaiming Self with Roze and Sekou.
Hey, how y'all doing, everybody? What's up?
First thing first, I'd like to apologize for everybody. I know I've been MIA for a while. I was away, and then I was very sick. And then last week we had technical difficulties, and this week just more difficulties. So we're here now, and that's what's important. And we're ready to get the show started.
Yeah, it's no recapping. Not this time, y'all. We're going to go just jump straight in. Topic of today is interracial relationships.
What does that mean? What does that look like?
Black and white, Asian and Dominican, German and Irish. Huh? Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm just giving them the whole plethora. But yeah, according to MaddMann, yes, anything that's not any culture that's not the same. You know, so that's the interracial. And it also goes for interracial kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying on the live feed on the way down here, I know some parents that will not date outside their race, but don't mind if their child do. So it's going to be a good show. It's going to be a quick show, but it's going to be a good, quick show.
All right. So let's get started. Interracial relationships. Blur. Interracial relationships. So technically, I'm a product of an interracial relationship because my mother is mixed with Portuguese and Spanish and black. If you see her, she looks
like Rosie Perez.
She looks white.
Oh.
When she opens her mouth, she
Rosie
sounds
Perez.
extremely Trinidadian.
Wow.
Yeah, like her accent is so thick that if you heard her on the phone, you wouldn't know that she's a black woman. And she identifies as a black woman. And that's something else we have to really kind of consider these days, where people identify, you know, race versus culture.
Yep.
Because that also plays into this. So, for example, my uncle, if you see my uncle, he's got straight hair, you know, he's pale skin, and he always talks about his experiences because he works in the hospital. He's one of those people who does all the x-rays and runs all those big machines.
Okay.
And a lot of times he's experienced racism not from how he looks, but from how he sounds. So he would submit his resume and then call in for a job, and they would tell him the job has been taken. And then he shows up in person and they would tell him the job is still available.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because that's how pale his skin is.
Okay.
Which has also made him very privy to conversations that people wouldn't necessarily have in front of him if they knew that he identified as Caribbean.
Got you.
It's kind of like a West Indian Chinese. You see them, and they look straight up like they're out of China. And then when they open their mouth, you're like, whoa.
That's funny. I was watching Facebook the other day, and it was a little old lady, look Asian as all outdoors. Talking about mama son, papa son? Yeah, that was her. Until she opened her mouth, I was like, oh, she's straight from the islands. Yeah. Wow.
And we have a lot of that in the Caribbean, right? And you could not. I can remember one day my mom said to me, she goes, they're racist towards me because I'm black. I went, what? Boo boo, you ain't all that black.
Yes, not all black,
I'm dark skinned. Wow, ma. Because in my mother's mind, she was the darkest in her family because a lot of her brothers and sisters had blonde hair and blue eyes.
Wow.
So she felt like in her household, because she was the darker, she was one of the darker ones that she was discriminated against. You know, but you could never tell my mother she's white. Or you could never tell her that she's not black. But really and truly what she is Caribbean. Because if she lost that accent and told somebody that, you know, she was making steak and potatoes, nobody would ever deny her.
That's the thing. Like, that's really funny that you said it like that. Because, like, I can see it in you, but, like, I really got to actually visually see your mother. Because that is really amazing. Like, because I heard over the phone that day y'all was talking. I was like, she dark skinned and she got locks really long. Like, I really stereotyped this lady. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And kind of found out she's a pale skinned lady.
She's not that pale. She's almost like olive complexion.
Okay.
Right, but she's got the straight hair. When she was younger, her hair was bone straight. As she got older, she got a little curl into it. And, you know, she's proud of her, you know, got some waves going on now.
Go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
You know, so that has a lot to say. So we have to keep, you know, race in effect in consideration in this, but we also really and truly have to take cultural identity into play as well.
That's the key thing, I would say. Yeah, the culture identity, because I mean, race is only a skin color. It's deeper than skin color.
It totally is. And what do you say about, you know, people who are Caucasian but grew up among, you know, black people their entire life? You know, perfect example, that movie, Malibu Most Wanted.
That's my movie.
Right?
When I say Mala, you say boo. Mala, boo. Yo, that cracked me up every time. But yeah, he was brought up as a Caucasian.
That's my mother.
Wow. I see you in her. Like, well, yeah. Wow. Yeah, I would not believe that she is from the islands. Hey, Mastermind. I'm mother. He's like,
that I'd say she was from would be Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I can see the Puerto Rico.
That island, but not like a Caribbean.
Nah.
Let me rephrase that. Not like a dark-skinned Caribbean island.
Right.
And you know, and if you ever hear her, like even when she calls my name, she cannot say Arlene. It's Arlene. Like it's got a sing and it's got a song to it.
Arlene, come here, girl. She be dip dip doo.
You know, so again, back to the Malibu Most Wanted. What do you say to these young people who have grown up in urban environments? Do you tell them that, well, you're not black, or, you know, you have an identity crisis if that's all they know? Yes, Mastermind?
What I say to that is you cannot identify race with, like how people say acting black and acting white or whatever the heck that is.
Mm-hmm.
In all honesty, you cannot quantify that in any kind of respect, because if you get, you know, if you take Snow White when she is 3 months old and drop her off in the middle of Zambia, she's gonna act like them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If you take, you know, Johnny Kim and drop him in the middle of Chicago when he's 1 year old, he's gonna grow up unless his parents are real. Unless his parents keep them, unless your parents shelter you away from the environment you're around, that's what you're gonna act like.
Yep.
I mean,
yep.
there's no such thing as acting black. It's either being hood or being civilized.
Exactly.
Well, and let's not say hood or civilized, because then that means that if you're from the hood, you're not civilized.
No, it's not. What I said is acting hood. Being from the hood and acting hood is two different things.
Yes.
You could be from the hood and have all of the culture in the world because your family did not stifle you. Or you didn't stifle yourself.
Right.
But civilized, I know some people who come from the nicest neighborhoods from the richest parts of town, and they are not civilized people.
Yep.
Very true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What they say, they act common. Is that the term I think is used?
I don't know
common?
that term.
When they call them common.
Commoners?
Yeah, no, like
it's
a way that you call people who don't act, you know, I don't know.
They common.
Common.
Common folk. They have no, they just,
you know,
them.
like they're just like people that just whip out and pee outside.
Yeah.
They common.
Common folk.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
The one that burp at the table and not say excuse me.
Or
Okay.
their mouth.
No manners.
No class.
No class.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No.
Upbringing.
There you go.
Uncouth.
That's the word.
Couth.
That's
Okay,
what I
no
was looking
couth.
for.
That's the word.
That's what I was looking for. Uncouth.
And then you can have a family, like you can have, you know, a family who's from the hood, but you know, their family grew up where they learned the mannerisms at the table.
Yep.
It doesn't necessarily mean where you come from is going to say that, okay, well, you don't have this, this, and this.
Right.
You know, so that's a judgment that people have placed based upon their own judgments and discriminations within themselves.
Which also turns around into the whole thing of hating that other race or the other culture because they don't know, or they look at that one that don't know and they figure, oh, well, he or she act like that. They all act like that. So
Right.
you ain't dating my daughter, or you ain't talking to my son.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know, one of the most powerful songs, let me start aging myself again, was Eminem, White America.
Yeah.
You know, when, you know, he talked about it. Like, Eminem he's from the streets.
Yep.
He truly is.
Trailer park.
Right?
Hey,
And
now.
he embodied that. He embraced that. He rapped about that.
Yep.
And when he came out with the blonde hair and this whole image, and suddenly it was something that white America young boys could identify with, he
Right.
became public enemy number one.
That and going after Elton John. I'm sorry. You cannot go after Elton John and think it's going to be all good. He's the man, flat out.
And he spoke about it in the song White America. You know, the Tommy looks just like me.
Yeah.
Right? And we have to understand that there is populations out there that have grown up in specific areas, and this is just truly who they are.
Right. Yeah.
Right? They're not faking the funk, it's who they are. So is really and truly interracial dating the problem, or is it the fact of dating somebody who may not necessarily understand the trials and tribulations of where you come from?
I think it's that. I don't think it has nothing to do with, well, in a sense, it do, and that's because of the people. You know what I mean? Grandparents.
What you gonna say, Mastermind?
No, what I was gonna say is, you know, most interracial couples, not all, but a lot of them, it's like black and white with the interracial couples. And when I say it's like black and white, it's either they're an interracial couple and they have every single understanding of what it is that they're doing and how it's going to affect them socially, so on and so forth, amongst their families, friends, co-workers, whatever. And then they have the ones that are completely oblivious to the fact is that they're an interracial couple, and then they the ones that get mad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know, when you date someone outside of your race and you go to a certain place, they don't expect you two to be together, so then they trying to, you know, and then you
take you away.
Like, no, that's my girl. What you doing? When, you know what I mean? Like, why we can't sit together? And then they're like, oh,
yeah. I had that problem before. I did.
know,
Interesting.
I think it's funny.
They are the oblivious interracial couples, and then they're the ones that completely understand what's up, so they know how to move accordingly. I hate to say that we have to do this as people, but we do.
And then there's some that it's a fad.
Right.
Black is in.
Right.
You know,
And
I
you can
remember
tell
back in
those.
the days when having thick lips was an issue. Now it's in. You know,
Big butts.
big butts was an issue. Now it's in.
Butts and I cannot lie. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Right. Where a lot of young girls and guys were teased in high school and in middle school for their lips, for their hair, for their butts.
That was me.
And now it's like, oh my God.
And
you look so beautiful, so authentic. No, hold on. What is it? What's the word? Not authentic.
Ethnic.
So, exotic.
Exotic. Yeah. Yeah. You look so exotic from the islands.
And you know something crazy too? And I will say this, especially like living in other places and stuff like that. When you go to an all Spanish neighborhood, as exotic as they actually may be, you are the exotic one.
Yep.
Wow. MaddMann just made a good point. He says, for people who can't hear, he says that if you go to another neighborhood, like let's say a Latino neighborhood, and you're black and African American, you're black, and you walk in a neighborhood, as exotic as that neighborhood look, you're the exotic one, not them, because you're coming into their culture. So you're gonna look like, who is that?
Yeah, cause I lived in a Dominican neighborhood or a Spanish neighborhood in New York where it was like a whole bunch of Spanish people, and the one Spanish girl said that, like, you know what I mean, like, you don't understand, like, y'all exotic to us.
That's crazy.
It's like, you know what? It never dawned on me.
Yeah, never.
To another, because, and you know what else that is also?
What's
That's
that?
because we don't intermingle.
Yeah, so there is a mystery there. It's the mystery.
So what, are we the mystery?
It's not about us being the mystery. That's just how it is when you just don't know. So for example, even for myself, when I interact with African American men and they hear the little West Indian accent, oh, that's exotic to them. And you know, it's like, oh wow, that's so cool. Until they piss me off and I curse them out.
Mamba clad old boy, get the machete, get the cutlass. Bop, 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 bop.
No, that's Jamaican, Joe. Don't do that.
Oh, look, I'm American. I don't know. I love y'all. Yo, I'm telling you something, MaddMann. Yo, I'm so happy that me and MaddMann are friends. Cause if I did not know this man from a can of paint, I'd be strung up somewhere.
You know, so it is what it is when people don't understand the culture and they don't understand the food. So it's like everything's like, wow. Yeah. I remember my cousin she is an Asian West Indian, because her mother and my mother are sisters, but her mother married an Asian man. Oh. And she was dating a white guy, and she invited him over for dinner. So, MaddMann, does your mother make the pepper sauce?
My grandmother.
Okay, so you'll enjoy this story.
Pepper sauce?
My mother may make it. It won't be like often. It might be like for a specific reason why she made it.
Okay.
But my grandmother makes it.
So we make pepper sauce from scratch. Mm-hmm. And we make a green seasoning from scratch. And that's very cultural for us. Okay. So he's sitting at the dinner table, and we've got the little spoon, you know, like the little gravy spoon is inside it's actually a little teaspoon inside of the pepper sauce. Because the pepper sauce is so potent, you cannot use steel. You have to use plastic or ceramic, or else you can spoil it.
What? It's pepper.
Yeah, but it's potent.
Now, okay.
So the steel changes it will
change the chemical.
The
chemical reaction from the stuff that makes pepper hot will turn the steel, and in turn the pepper.
Yeah. Wow. So you have to either pour it or use plastic or a ceramic or wood to actually dish it out.
Now y'all saying pepper. Now is this like green peppers, red peppers, or y'all mean like salt and pepper?
Scotch bonnet pepper, them little tiny hot peppers. And they blend it with a whole bunch of other things in vinegar, and they make I'll show you a pepper sauce, and you can open it and smell it, and your eyes will water. That's how hot it is.
May not want that. I'm okay. Thank you.
So homeboy is sitting at the table. Okay, so quickly. So homeboy is sitting at the table, and he goes to put some of the pepper on his plate. And my aunt says, "Oh, be careful. That's really hot." Homeboy takes a spoon. He's like, "I like hot," and put the whole spoon in his mouth.
Right? Bum, bum, ba-dum.
We were like this, and he was like, his whole face just turned red. And he had to suck it up now.
Yeah, right, because I like hot things.
Right. So be careful when eating pepper sauce. We'll be right back. Call us 410-702-5657.
Free stuff for you just for listening to this station. Yo, we got your attention? Here's how it works. You click on the radio loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for cool stuff in the radio loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple. Free stuff just for doing what you already do. Radio loyalty. Click the banner to join now.
Yeah, this the man that holds it down. Mr. Showtime, D the Boss. Check us out every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BigExposedRadio.com.
I'm in a relationship. My girl happens to be long distance. So with that being said,
I beat my thing like it owes me money. Sorry.
Because I asked that because so many people are not comfortable.
Here's my thing. It's mine.
That's right.
And you need to know yourself before you can have somebody please. If you can't tell nobody how to please you, if you don't know how to please yourself.
That's right.
You know what you like. You know what you like. You know the stroke, all that. So you're right. And I mean, you shouldn't be ashamed of it. It's your body. Yeah, I'm over here struggling with the ear.
Yeah, I'm glad it's you today. I'm glad you today, brother.
Oh, this thing going to drop. It's going to drop about at least like 5 times.
I'm over there struggling.
So ED, do you have a problem with masturbating?
No, I don't. I don't masturbate often because I have a fear of going blind. So, yes. When I found, yes.
You could go blind from
yes. I read about it. Is that true? No. It's not true.
It's not.
Okay.
Because I was going to say I should have been blind a long time ago.
Let me drop some knowledge on you real quick.
I was just playing.
But
Hey, what's up, good people? It's the man you all know and love, E Digger. Make sure you check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BigExposedRadio.com.
Claim himself with Roze and Sekou.
We are here in the building.
Sorry, Mastermind.
And Mastermind.
So I was just sharing with Sekou that the new fad now is to wear your makeup darker so that you look like you have tan skin. But there's also this woman who turned her skin black. Did you see that, Mastermind? Okay.
I never saw that.
Okay, so now she has actually finished her procedures. So what she did was she underwent a series of injections.
Wow.
To darken her skin.
That's the melanin they took from everybody.
And I mean it's insane. But I'm gonna show it to you.
I did see this. I'm gonna show it to them. I was at work and my homie was like, "Yo, what you think about this?" And I was like, "Nah, yeah, I see this."
Now I don't know how much thousands of dollars she spent. I mean, her breasts alone, you know, that's a force to reckon with. They look smaller. Turn it around so Mastermind can see it.
I was turning around.
Mastermind can see it.
Before she was bored.
Huh?
She was bored.
She was bored, yeah. He had some money to spend.
She like a man.
She look like a man.
Shout out to Miss Swan.
But I thought you was talking about that one, the one white lady who thought everybody, who had everybody convinced she was black. She was just light skinned, right?
No, she was white.
No. I'm talking about she was like an African American studies teacher.
Oh, no, see, I'm talking about the one that had the NAACP.
She was like doing all of that stuff, and she had them convinced she was black. And
Yeah,
she was white.
Yeah, she's really white. Yeah, she had blonde hair and everything.
Yeah, but she used to get it treated. She used to get treated and have twisties and all that stuff in her head.
Yeah, they outed her.
They outed her bad.
This is my daughter. No, she's Caucasian.
But you know, here's the thing I have to say.
It's horrible though that people did that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing I have to say about her. You know,
was helping people. Like, why stop her? Like, god dang.
But the one
thing
thing
she black, man.
He's dumb.
For real. What's wrong? I mean, like, in all honesty, it wasn't like she was like taking advantage of any minority, you know, like
she was helping the community actually.
That's all she was doing. She wasn't like getting minority loans claiming she was black.
She did.
She wasn't doing none of that stuff.
She did, but here's the difference. How many people get minority loans and then go and marry Becky and don't look back?
With the good hair.
She got the loan and went right back into it to support the people that she was embracing. To me, it made sense.
It made sense too.
But people were so angry.
But you know what?
But yet, ain't nobody hating on the Kardashians on that level.
But you know why? Because the Kardashians are on TV. I hate to say it like that, but you on TV.
The Kardashians didn't assimilate into, you know, African, black, whatever the hell you want to call it, didn't assimilate into our culture at all. What happens was our culture assimilated them.
Yeah. Thank you, Ray J and Kanye.
It's a difference. And it don't have nothing to do with the men who they've dated.
What you mean?
It's about because they got put on television and, you know, the urban community, how we sit in the house and the urban community gets engaged in all of these reality shows
Right, TV
and stuff
show.
like that.
Yeah.
So then they got their little hood pass, so to speak.
Oh, look at that little girl. The one from Dr. Phil. Meet me outside. How about that?
Yo.
Like, that is, to me, that's just so sad. Because if that was a little black girl behaving like that, they would have found some reason to charge her already.
Not even that. They would just belittle the mess out of her to the point that her parents be like, oh, no, we went to a private school so you could talk proper English. But I realized that we always get stuff stolen from us.
That girl, that's not like really her. That's her act.
No, I know.
Exactly.
But what I'm sitting there saying is
acting like that.
No, yeah. But what I'm sitting there saying is, if it was Bonquisha really acting like that, they would take Bonquisha to the private school and be like, oh no,
or juvenile detention.
More or less, you right. I'm lying. Juvenile detention is where she'd be at. It won't be no private school.
But you know something crazy though? If you did that whole Catch Me Outside thing and reversed it and made it a little black girl who just did everything like a little, you know, Caucasian white girl, whatever you want to call them, you know, if she did that whole complete thing where she sat there and was demure and proper and spoke in perfect English, she would get teased.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
That is crazy.
When you make it a point to yourself to where that you can be clearly understood by everybody on the planet.
Yes.
And you conduct yourself as though you have good sense, you get teased.
I used to get teased. I did. And I thought that was like really crazy.
Manners and being respectful to yourself and other people.
Yo, I used to get teased. I used to get told, why do you talk white? And I'd be like, what is talking white? What is talking black? It's proper and improper English.
Well, it's even worse for me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you get all the way around the board.
Yep.
Jeez.
I still get it.
Yeah. But I think that's crazy. That's like the whole interracial thing. Like,
but again, let's take that 2 steps further. When you see a young black girl with pink or purple or green hair, she's hood. If you saw a Caucasian young girl with those colors in their hair, they're expressing themselves.
Chanel, West Coast. The most trashiest entertainer out here. I just seen a video, a picture of this chick with green cornrows. And I'm like, ugh. But then I thought about what you just said just now. What if that was, I don't know, Rihanna. I'm just going by that. I'm just going by two entertainers: a black entertainer, a white entertainer. They would call Rihanna ratchet for having that mess in her head.
Look at Katy Perry's hair was
Rihanna.
purple.
You picked the wrong one.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of it. I know, yo. I know.
Rihanna's the wrong one.
For Rihanna.
I'm just saying. A black entertainer and a Caucasian entertainer. Both of them got the same hairstyle. But one is like, oh, like you said, I'm expressing myself. Oh, girl, that's cute. And then the black...
See,
matter of fact...
But the thing is, though, it's kind of like... when it comes to entertainment, it's slightly different.
Yeah.
Because depending on... It's the entertainer themselves. Because...
What's your marketing?
Depending on who it is, either way could pull it off.
Okay.
Yeah, because Rihanna wore the red fiery hair and got away with it.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
CeeLo painted his whole self gold.
Didn't he say that wasn't him?
That was him.
That was him.
That was him.
They wouldn't have let him stay there that long if it wasn't him.
Very true.
I have a comment from Miss Renette Bennett Burden. She said it's about racial doles and dozile, whatever. The chick that's white and black. Her. She said she had a problem with Rachel because she presented and admittedly said that she was black and leading a black organization. Now, if I go to court for white face expecting leniency, will I get it? No.
Yeah, but here's the difference. And I'm really not defending her, but it's actually nice to see somebody come into our culture and do something positive. Because a lot of times when people adapt our culture or come into our culture, they end up like Miss Meet Me Outside. How about that? Kind of ratchetness.
Your face was classic.
Because it really upset me.
I see.
It really upset me.
Yeah.
You know, so to actually see that, yeah, she faked the funk, you know, she did all the things that she shouldn't have done, but she actually did it from a place of, I'm going to do something good, versus coming into the culture and going to the lower of the lower, coming into the culture and embracing only the negative.
Well,
you know, it's the flip side.
Look, me personally, this is just my sole opinion. I don't care. Like,
nah, I feel you.
Like, but I just think that people, when it comes to this whole race thing, I think that people just dive too deep than what.
Okay, do you think, and I'm going to get controversial right now, do you think a white woman or a white man who grew up in a prominent, let's say, I wouldn't say middle class, but grew up, let's say middle class, two parents,
upper middle class,
upper middle class, can properly support somebody who can they properly support the black experience?
It depends on them as a person. It has nothing to do with where you're raised. It's about you as a person.
Okay.
That's when it becomes individualized. And this is just my opinion, because if you don't have any malice in your heart, to say, you don't have any malice in your heart, you don't look you look at people for the content of their character.
Right.
Then you tend to have empathy or at least have some form of understanding that you don't know. And I would respect you more if you were like, you know what, I don't know nothing about that, but I ride with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then for someone to give off the thing like, yeah, I know exactly what you're going through, when actually you don't.
And that's why I say no. Because
believe it or not, we in the inner cities and hillbillies be having way more in common than we be wanting to openly admit.
Absolutely.
Very true.
Yeah.
And that goes both ways.
That go both ways. But I would just sit there. Only reason I would say no is only because if that's not your culture, you're not gonna know about the other culture unless you research it, ask questions, and be real, like you say. You know what I'm saying? But if you, like you said, stereotype. Oh yeah, I know all black folks like chicken. I know all of them wear their pants down. I know all the girls are ratchet. No, you don't know that.
It is the stereotype. Because I remember my girlfriend, she was dating a Caucasian man, and that was the one thing she hated about him, because, you know, they would go out for dinner or she would go somewhere. He's like, wow, you eat here? And she's like, what? because she's very highty-tighty.
Got you.
Right? So she was very offended by his lack of knowledge.
See.
Right? But I've also done it. I remember going over to a girlfriend's house and she was cooking and she was browning the chicken. And this was many, many years ago. I was really young and I said, "Oh, I didn't know white people brown chicken." She was offended. Because that's not been my experience. Usually, the chicken looks cooked, but it ain't brown.
It look cooked, but it ain't cooked at all. It's still
Right?
kind of
But
raw.
her upbringing, which was different, where they brown the chicken and they stew it. I didn't know that.
See, once again, but that goes like you said, it goes back to the whole culture thing. That's why it should not be called interracial relationships or interracial dating. It should be interculture or outer culture.
It should just be called dating.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, true. Yeah. But I mean,
people put too much.
Everything got a title. Everything got a label on it.
People put too much emphasis on separation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I concur. Yes.
Like,
yeah.
no, for real. Like, why do it gotta be that? Why can't you just date that girl because you like her?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why can't
or
they
vice
just
versa.
be a
Yeah.
couple? You know what I mean? Our
Yeah, but when
society did that.
let me stop.
Bless you. You see, Roze about to just get. Let me stop.
No, but I'm just saying though, like, why is that such a great big thing to people? And it really is a big thing.
What's going on with Kodak the rapper right now? Is that his name?
Kodak Black.
Yeah, the one. What is he saying about?
He don't date black girls, black women.
And
That's
everybody's
his personal preference.
Yeah, that's on him.
He's an ugly black man. Who cares?
Right. But see, us being us, we're not gonna care. And that's just who we are. But us as a race, as a culture, we should care. And just
You
not
don't like dating black girls.
No. It's like this.
Is it black girls or was it? So he don't date black girls at all.
He don't date black girls at all.
Okay, so it wasn't light skin, dark skin.
Nah.
It was black girls.
No, it was just black girls.
Black
okay,
girls.
he don't date black girls. Okay.
If he don't date black girls, he don't date black.
I mean, yeah, and I know a lot of cats that don't date black girls.
Yeah.
I don't
Because
knock
they
them
had
for it.
bad personal experiences
Yeah.
that caused them to be like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over there. And
Yeah.
then when they went over there,
And it was better.
cultural differences between black women have a completely different brain set than all other types of women in the world.
Hallelujah. Preach.
I know I might get cussed out and get a few messages or comments or whatever, but I'm telling you, black women do not think the same.
They don't.
It's a cultural thing.
It's
American black women do not think the same.
MaddMann quoted, American black women do not think
So how do
the
they
same.
think? Talk to me. Sekou, I want to hear what
they
MaddMann
can't
got to
hear
say.
him.
So talk to me here, Mastermind.
And what I'm saying is, it's just that, and this is all my opinion. I have to say this again. My opinions do not
His
represent
disclaimer.
the views of Be Exposed Radio. They're purely Mastermind's opinion. But black women from the inner city have been groomed to not be the way that black women from the inner city come up a different kind of way than women from other places, because I hate to say it, it's horrible, but black families are horribly fragmented.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's a common thing that we all can agree to. If you don't agree, then bite me. But it's the truth. Black families are extremely fragmented for various reasons throughout this whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
But black women were always raised. Every black woman, regardless of how rich or poor you are, every black woman is raised that you don't need no man. You don't need no man. You could do it by yourself.
Yep.
Or if they not there, do it on your own. So
Yep.
what happens is when you keep spoon feeding somebody that mentality as they grow up, that's how their actions start reaching out towards other people. And then I'm only speaking on from my personal interactions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And for a dude who keeps getting that same, oh, I don't need you, or that rah, 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 like men, black, white, Puerto Rican, Indian, Chinese, purple, don't matter. No man wants a woman to be combative with him at all times about everything.
Of course.
And black women from the inner city are naturally combative because that's the environment they come up in.
Yes.
Just like black men from the inner city are naturally combative because they come from that environment.
Spoiled as well.
Yeah, it's like a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't just
so when that happens, and then the black guy's tired of dealing with that, and then he go find something else, because after a while, just like women do it, everybody does it. After a while, when you get treated a certain kind of way by a certain kind of person with the same kind of face, you kind of tend to lump that whole color up, that whole race up. Just like there are black people that have not had bad experiences with white people but don't like them.
True.
Well,
You've never experienced cold-blooded racism in your face. But because you were geared and raised like that, you just don't like white people. And they ain't there to do nothing to you. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, Mastermind? You might not have been geared that way. You ever seen a group of people and one guy don't like somebody else, so the whole group don't like that one person because that one guy?
Exactly.
Yeah,
it'd be the same
thing.
Collective thought.
Yeah, right. It's like sheep.
Yeah.
And no matter how much, so that's what happened. That's what happened with Kodak Black. All his experiences with black women have been horrible.
He said that.
So what you gonna say?
He said
if
that.
every black man you've ever dated in your whole umpteen years of life have treated you like hell, and then you run into that one white dude who was BS for real, but he treated you way better than all of them black dudes, what you gonna say? I'm sticking with the white one.
Yeah. There you go. Bong.
Just saying.
You right.
It is what it is.
Right. Trying to make it seem like he don't like black girls and none of that. No. That's not what he's saying. But what he's saying is he don't mess with black girls. Why? Every black girl, he's in jail because of a black girl.
I didn't know that. I
think he in jail for like assaulting a stripper or something like that, or claim to assaulted a stripper, and he was already on probation and all of this, whatever. I don't know. I don't care.
I didn't read it either.
He can't rap, so I don't really care. But I'm just, that's me.
And you know what? I have a girlfriend who's had such horrific experiences with black men that she joined a website, and the website says interracial dating. And she's specifically looking for a white man. And a black guy contacted her on there. And she emailed him back, "Hello, we're not supposed to be talking on here."
Wow.
But
because
that's real.
She's tired of the experience. She's tired of dating men who don't respect her. Because she's got one of them, like, real small waists, and her butt goes out all the way out here. So she's tired of being seen as meat.
She's gonna always be seen as meat, regardless of what color. If her waist is real little and that booty round,
yes sir,
that is a sandwich.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
She's got a shape that, wow, right? And the thing about it is, though, is that there's a very big difference between the man who's going to open the door for you and the man who wants to take you out for dinner and the man who wants to take care of you versus the man who wants to take you.
Right.
And that's been her experience.
Right. And that's the same thing with a lot of, the people out there who decide to say that they not messing with their own race because all of their experiences were horrible. It's not necessarily that they don't like them. I bet you any amount of money, they all probably still see people of the same race and be like, damn, they look good. That's a pretty girl, or that's a handsome man.
Yeah.
But all of those, interactions that they had, be like, you know what, but I'm going to stick with this one. And it's horrible, but media does it too. Media,
oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the media shows black men as heartless, lazy bastards.
Even that commercial. Did you see the Cheerios commercial?
With the with the mixed child.
With the mixed child and the black father?
Yeah.
Why'd the black father have to be lying down on the couch?
Well, it was an off day.
It was an off day.
But he was.
But honestly, why could he have not been in the kitchen with the mother? Why couldn't he have been not headed out the door for work?
He was watching football.
But that's a stereotype.
Yeah,
that's a stereotype of a man who has a wife. I mean, like, let's be honest. He was laying down in a really, really nice house.
Yes.
Watching football. on a sunny day and his wife was in regular clothes, I doubt it was a weekday work day.
I hear you. I hear
that's
you.
how I look. That's how they looked at it. But the thing is the little sneak stuff they do, like how a lot of the times when you see a family, a black family is always a mom and her children.
Hey. You know what?
Don't bring me back to the emojis.
Not no more.
I talked about the emojis.
Not no more, because I just saw a commercial yesterday, homie, where that it was black mom, black father, 2 black kids. I was like, oh.
What commercial was it for?
McDonald's.
Of course it was McDonald's. Because McDonald's don't have no barriers. McDonald's need all that money.
They need everybody. Yeah, but it was McDonald's, though.
McDonald's is one of the smartest people ever when it comes to marketing.
Yes.
Because they have had every single type of person be in a McDonald's commercial, including people with Down syndrome and all.
Yeah, I remember that.
They don't discriminate.
Nope.
No,
they'll kill everybody.
Their money, right, they kill everybody. Their money green. They'll take it all.
They ain't about color. They about green. They're not about race. They're about green. That's it.
I got a question for y'all. For all the parents. Dang, you can't answer this because you got a little girl. If your son brung home Catch Me Outside, how about that, shorty?
Take that in the stairwell. How about that?
Now, is it because of her ratchetness or because of her culture?
Okay, so... What?
He said her ratchetness.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah, he stood up for it.
Yeah. Now, mind you,
I don't care what color you bring home. They better just have respect and manners.
Right.
Bung. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Because my son dates interracially.
Shout out to the interracial. I love y'all.
And honestly and truly, oh no, she wouldn't survive in my house. She'd have to leave.
Okay. Okay.
She would have to leave. And it has nothing to do with the fact that she's white. It has to do with the fact that you are not coming to lock up my child.
I can.
Right? No, because if that's how she behaves, it's only a matter of time. They get into an argument. She's all up in his face,
and
like
he drop her like a bad habit.
And he wouldn't hit a girl because he's not that type. But any man, you provoke them enough.
Yeah.
Everybody has a limit.
Punks jump up to get beat down.
Right? And I don't promote it, but I do believe that a lot of times, it goes both ways.
I can dig it.
Right?
Absolutely.
And a lot of these young girls who have embraced the gutterness of the cultures, they want to take it to all kinds of limits.
Yeah.
And when the police show up, they don't hear, meet me outside, how about that? They see a white girl.
I can dig it.
I think, what's Jay's new song? OJ? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about that song. Not about.
I love the song.
I just. Neither have I. Sidebar, I could care less. Sorry. That's just me.
We are going to change the topic.
I just got to a beef the other night about this Jay thing.
We're going to talk about it. But he does, the song that he has says it, house and field and rich and poor and still and.
Gotcha.
Right. And he was making reference to a comment that OJ had made many, many years ago when he said, it's not, I'm not black, I'm OJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not black, I'm OJ.
Okay, great.
And that's exactly what he says in the song. Okay.
Okay.
Right?
But my thing is this, though. We all, quote unquote, OJ, but and that's just me. And I think I take all this because I watch everything.
Okay, we're going to continue this when we come back.
Oh, yeah.
410-702-5657.
Call
Get
in.
into the conversation.
Yeah. We'll be back.
Last time on Talk Lately.
Government. I don't understand why. Look, me, and I haven't said anything either. But this is my moment. Where this American Healthcare Act is. Oh, you all right? Ooh, a sneeze and a cough. How'd that work out? That sounds real difficult. Like, damn, sneezing is like you skipping a heartbeat. A cough is like you bringing up a lung. So it was like a sneeze and a cough. So you was dying twice. Because you was coughing. I was like, you okay? Achoo! What? How you fit that in there? So, now back to the American Healthcare Act, because you're going to need that to get the cough and the sneeze together.
Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show.
I'm just thankful this year I've dealt with, you know, some growing pains, and I've overcome some things, and I've also, you know, accomplished some things in the process. I've learned some things. Like, I've learned I learned that everybody loves your work until they got to pay for it. That's what I learned. That's what I learned. I learned everybody loves what you do.
The pay?
I mean,
not always.
Listen, the Bible says money answereth all things.
Well,
okay, and there is a place. There is a place where finances is necessary. And when you got kids, and when you got a wife, and then you doing everything, and you know you top dog at what you do, especially when you weren't in the same place you, like with this radio show, you ain't in the same place you were a year ago. Should nobody be coming on the show and not donating to your show?
Can you say that on my show?
Should nobody be coming to your show?
Can you say that in the middle of the live?
Yeah, make that a promo, please.
Should nobody come on this show without donating?
That is a nice commercial.
I don't care if it's $20.
Donate.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Reclaim Yourself with Roze and Sekou.
Bong.
And the topic of conversation is interracial relationships.
I thought it was just me that said that to you. Tongue twister.
Tongue twister. But I think a little deeper than that. We're talking about culture versus, you know, what's your culture? What's your adapted culture, right? You know, if you grew up West Indian, but you look white, but your parents grew up in the Caribbean, and you got that strong accent, or you meet that Asian West Indian person that when they open their mouth, you can't even believe how they sound, you know, can you tell them that they're not, and actually no, they don't identify as black, they identify as West Indian. It's very different. So how do we allow people to claim their identity without using race as the depicting factor? Because that also, and we're not getting into it, I'm just going to mention it quickly and we're going to leave it alone.
We stop saying race and say ethnicity.
Ethnicity.
Well,
we're not using race no more.
It goes deeper than ethnicity. What would you say about people who identify as transgender? And I said we're not going there, we're going to leave it alone. That's culture. That's not ethnicity, that's culture. But
ethnicity is more like your ethnic background. When you say race, that's like what you're classified as.
Yeah.
You're classified as a human being.
Yeah.
That's our race. Our race is human.
I just know.
Technically speaking.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Ethnicity is, you know, whether you're Caucasian, Asian, Black, Pacific Islander, whatever the heck you want to call it. I think that if you're from America, you goddamn American. If you're from China, you Chinese. If you're from Africa, you African.
But what would you say about those of us who are first generation from the Caribbean? Am I Caribbean or am I American?
You're Caribbean.
You're Caribbean.
That lives in America.
You're a Caribbean that lives in America.
Yeah.
But I wasn't born in the Caribbean. I was born here.
So
well,
what?
You're an American who has Caribbean background.
Bong.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're still Caribbean.
You're
Caribbean. Your bloodline is Caribbean.
You're Caribbean by ethnicity.
Bong.
Okay.
Your nationality may be American because you're naturally born in the States.
Yeah.
But your ethnicity is Caribbean.
Okay,
you know
fair enough.
That's how I could see it. That's how I could break it down and quantify and all that jazz.
But that's cool. But how about people like us? Like as in me. I'm not from no Caribbean. I'm black. So like only.
Do you identify as African American or strictly American?
I'm American. Ain't nothing African about me but my name.
Listen, you are an American that has African descent.
Yeah. That's it. I'm just saying. Like I'm not from New Guinea. I'm not from Egypt. I'm born bred.
American. You're an American, plain and simple.
Right.
Like that's I think it's crazy how people do all of that stuff. Look, you could be in a black American because that's the freaking color you are. You know, your skin is not the same as the.
I'm a brown American.
Well, hold on. The East Asians. Wait, hold on. Is it East? India's East Asia, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've taken over the word brown because you can't call them black.
You can't call they're brown.
They consider themselves brown.
Yep.
They consider themselves brown.
They sure do.
Yep. Because you don't get that dark coming from that region of the country where them people are.
But that's not necessarily true because look at Sri Lankans and the Tamils.
I'm not saying they don't get dark.
Oh, okay, okay.
Overall, if you went to India, they'd all be brown.
Be brown, yeah.
Dots, but they'd all be brown.
You're right. You're right.
If you went to Africa, they'd all be black.
You're right.
You see a couple light dots in there, but they'd all be black.
That makes sense.
Correct. Please don't get upset with me for saying this, folks, or whatever. But if you went to China, they'd all be that little off
beige,
yellow,
beige. Said, don't be mad at me, people.
No, because people get mad at stuff like.
But here's the truth, though. If you know anything about makeup and skin undertones, when you're matching skin undertones to match your makeup, you have to go with what your undertone skin color is, right? So for mine's red. My undertone of my skin is red.
You are red.
Yeah, but I said that you're red. Yeah,
you're red.
You're red bone.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because there are different classifications of everything. It's red, yellow, high yellow. You know what I mean? I'm just tired of all of the.
It's too much
categorization.
It is it is a lot of categorization going on.
Categorization. Because that's how you establish individuality, by categorizing things. Okay. But I'm just tired of the division. It's like, gee, it don't matter, yo. Like, at the end of the day, if all of the air's gone, we all die.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If I cut you, I bet you might be white and I might be black, but I know I got that universal donor blood. You don't want none?
I'm telling you something. Yo, speaking of that, two things. One, did y'all
caller?
Oh.
Hello.
Hey, caller. Thank you for calling.
Hey, Sekou. Hey, Miss Rose. This is Jazz.
Hey, Jazz. How you doing?
I'm all right. So I was trying. It's getting difficult now with having a Facebook Live to be able to follow back and forth. My son is very unhappy with me right now because I had to turn the show off. But I just want to make a point, and because by me being, MaddMann said that your ethnicity is based on where you're born, but your culture, I think, dictates what you think your ethnicity is. Because I was born here in the States, but my entire childhood was that of a Trinidadian. So even though I was born here in the States, I didn't realize until I was maybe 12, 13 years old that I was born here. Because I'd never experienced it outside of what I see with my friends and out in the world. And what happened at home was specifically very, very much what my father, how his childhood was when he was in the island.
So you grew up culturally Trinidadian, right? I think what MaddMann was saying around ethnicity, he was saying to remove the barriers of race and bringing it into ethnicity. But within the ethnicities, we still have our cultural backgrounds.
Right. But even that is diverse. So my children, I identify at myself, to answer your question, Ms. Rose, as Caribbean American.
Okay.
Because when you look at how all the other immigrants of the lighter melanated complexion, when they come here, they're wherever their home, or their parents come here and they're born here. They're whatever their family was before they came here.
Right.
And American.
Yes.
So I identify as Caribbean American. I'm first generation American on my dad's side. My mom's family's been here probably since the inception of the country. But that's how I was brought up to believe was my diversity and my culture.
Now for myself, I identify as Afro-Caribbean American.
Why the Afro?
Because that's important to me. It's important to me to embrace the fact. To you, it don't matter.
I want to know
me,
the Afro
it matters. So, Jeff, I completely hear where you're coming from. For me, it's my African roots is very important.
Okay, that's the African.
Right?
Okay.
Because in the West Indies, my great-great-grandmother, she died with her slave bands on her arm, where you could still see her name.
Wow.
Right? So it's not that far.
No, it's not.
Right? So I embrace that part. Caribbean, definitely. And I'm American born.
Got you. Okay.
Right. And for me, the reason I just do Caribbean Americans because my lineage actually started in India.
Okay.
My great grandmother was born on a boat on her way to Barbados.
Wow.
Okay.
And my entire life I thought she was Barbadian until right before her funeral when I found out that she was actually born on a boat coming over from India.
So she was born on the water. So she doesn't have
no in the Caribbean
culture.
is a huge melting pot. So that's why I identify as Caribbean American because I have Caribbean, I have India, Spanish, my great grandmother was darker Indian. So that's where my family got their complexion from. My African side is my American side.
Okay, you see, but that's the Caribbean, right? Where you've got the coolie mixed with the black mixed with the sorry,
you can say coolie.
The Indian. Some people take offense to it. Where you've got the Indian mixed with the black mixed with the Spanish, especially a place like Trinidad. So your family went from Barbados to Trinidad because you said your father is from Trinidad.
For whatever reason, I'm having a hard time hearing you guys.
Okay.
Oh, man.
You were saying that your father's from Trinidad.
So I'm going to hang up so I can go back and listen to the show, but I just wanted to call in and chime in.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
That's what's up. I'm learning. Well, it's Wednesdays. I always learn. This is my school. Okay. Well, thank you for calling, Jazz. I wish you was here because now I got Roze had a statement and I got a question. Being that I didn't know all that about you. So, is your son?
Is she on Facebook?
She come back on her yet? She
okay,
ain't
so
yet.
just text her the question.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna wait. I just wanna say it again. I said it 80 times. Is your son? What do you categorize your son? Because, I mean, granted, I'm gonna say he's American because maybe I don't know if he's born here or not, but if he's born here, but he looks. Of course, he's your son, so he looks like you. So, would you categorize your child as the Trini descent or the American descent?
It's how he decides.
It's how he defines himself.
That's where individuality comes from.
I understand
because if you ask my son what's his background, he's got a whole list. Because the one thing with these kids now is that they claim everything. So he's Portuguese, Jamaican, mixed with Trini because it's all there. Just like how Jasmine was giving the rundown, so these kids now, they give the complete rundown of their bloodline, their DNA. They give their DNA.
I'm from my mama and my father. Oh, she said her kids define them, they define themselves as both.
Okay.
That's what's up. I'm about to go do some research on my bloodline. I'm like, yeah, girl, I'm Baltimorean.
But honestly, in America now, you have to also respect the fact that if you are from Baltimore versus Chicago versus New York, like I know some people who come from Brooklyn, they wear Brooklyn on their sleeve. There's people who wear Baltimore on their sleeve.
Shout out to Brooklyn.
Right?
Shout out to Baltimore.
People in Baltimore do not get along in Baltimore, but two people from Baltimore and some other state
will get along like they're best friends. I seen it.
I've seen it.
We went
to Atlanta.
Yeah.
We went to Atlanta, and there was some dudes that was from Baltimore that lived in Atlanta. Heard the accent, was like, y'all from Baltimore? We was like, yeah. They was like, come on.
Yeah.
Fam.
But if he was home?
But if he was here?
F that nigga.
Yo, go over there.
Go over there, short.
What you doing over here? You can't sit at my table.
Yep. What you looking at, chump?
In Atlanta? Come on, G. Nah, yo, Baltimore right here, yo.
And that's crazy.
You gotta represent.
Yeah, I mean, but that's sad though. Why can't we rep at home? Why we gotta leave home?
Yeah, but that's everywhere, right?
That's
I believe
everywhere. So. Yeah, I can believe. Yeah, it's everywhere. So anyway, I can believe that. That's crazy. Wow. Well, for y'all peoples into this intercultural ethnic relationships.
Wow.
Shout out to everybody that got all these melting pots in their family. I'm going to find out about mine, by the way, because I want to be a part of this. But for y'all children, I asked MaddMann, I asked Roze, I'm asking our viewers, when your children get to the age of dating, do you mind if they do that? You know, if they date outside of their culture?
I don't mind the outside of the culture, but, you know, don't feed my child. You know, come to my house, you know, mums, teach me how to cook. You know, he likes this, he likes that. Ask some questions. And those are things that women don't do anymore. I remember when I met my son's father, that was one of the first things I did, was I went to his mom's house and I learned how to cook because she feeds him. So it was important for me to know what were the dishes, what were the things that he really liked, so that I could support him in his dietary needs. Right? So I think there's so much more to play into that. It's not necessarily about your culture or your ethnicity. It's how willing are you to be a good woman to my child?
Or good man to my
daughter. See, I don't have any daughters, so I can't go there.
I can dig it. I can dig it. Yeah.
Like, if I had a daughter, my first question is, do you believe in working? Right? Do you believe in house husbands? Because if you believe in house husbands, I don't want you in my family.
You believe that is something, let me tell you.
House husbands, okay.
You only were born Quisha and the house husband and Pantene. Oh shucks, I'm done. But yeah, you do have to ask some questions.
Yeah,
you do. Which is only right, because if that individual's going to be in.
What's your expectations of a woman?
Right.
What's your expectations of a man? Goes back to one of our first conversations about being clear.
Yes. And just hooking up and shacking up and not knowing till it's 3 weeks later. Yeah, which is too late.
Three kids later.
He get on my nerves. You didn't hang in there the first kid that you had?
Right.
Yeah, I can dig it. I can definitely dig it. You're absolutely right.
But
totally
you know,
right.
At this point, you guys, we're going to change the topic a little bit.
Yeah.
We just would like to let our viewers know that we are taking a bit of a sabbatical, that we will not be here for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And we do not as yet have a return date, but we will definitely keep you posted on what's going on.
I'm always live.
You know, check in with Sekou. You can still hit me up on my page on Facebook, Rose Garden, and let us know what you would like to see, different topics, so that when we do come back, we can come back strong and really continue to give you guys what you deserve.
Absolutely.
Which is, you know, a full, proper 2-hour show, and continue to support the community as a collective.
Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, we're here for y'all. So, yeah, you're going to take the sabbatical, a nice, much needed sabbatical. Bittersweet. I'm gonna miss y'all for a second.
Definitely.
We're not gonna be gone long. Like we are nothing but a Facebook Live away. We ain't nothing but a Instagram video away. So like, you know, if y'all really want to reach out to us, yeah, we're here. You know what I mean? We can definitely chat. We are doing workshops, so don't think we just said that and forgot about it. No.
Talk about the March.
Yes,
on
I'm
July
going to do that right now. Yep. It's a March coming up. I'm about to find a date now.
July 15th.
Thank you, because I'm doing my invites again.
Yeah,
July 15th, Voices is doing the March. Voices is, if you remember, Miss Tiandra White was here a couple weeks ago, along with the Entertainer Genuine. Miss Tiandra is the president of Voices, and we all about empowering, educating, and enlightening and engaging. If I said it wrong, T, I'm sorry. But we're doing a march, July the 15th.
I do believe it's July. Okay. Trying to see here. We have more concrete date for Saturday, July 15th at 11:30.
There we go.
We will meet at the parking lot on North Avenue at Mount Royal.
Yep.
We will have a meeting on Thursday. Yes. So that's where it will be. Saturday, July 15th at 11:30. There will be giving out food for the homeless. And the march will head towards Calvert.
Yes. We're going towards Calvert Street. And this march is not stop the violence and all that. No. This march is to show that community that we care about them. Also,
I don't know if it's very fair to call it a march or call it an opportunity to support the community, as they will be handing out food and bottles of water. So it's not.
It's not a protest march.
It's not a protest march. What it really is, it's a community support, in order to feed people and to really bring people together.
It's a gathering.
It's a gathering.
It's a gathering.
Thank you.
It's a gathering and we're walking. So it's a walking gathering.
Right.
But we're feeding the homeless. We're educating people. We're conversating with people. We want to show love to these communities. And we want to start at North Avenue. And then we want to hit all these communities, whether it's Baltimore County, Baltimore City, Arundel County, and Arundel County. Things of the nature. So July the 15th, 11:30, Mount Royal and North Avenue. We're going to meet up there, and then from there, we're going to just be out there and be one with the community.
And any of you who would like to donate bread or lunch meat, or bring a bottle of mayonnaise or mustard, even some surgical gloves. So that the preparation will be, or some the brown paper bags from the dollar store. You get 100 for $1. Let us know. Feel free to connect with Sekou or myself on Facebook, and we will pass your information on.
Yeah, and we want to see y'all there, because we'll be there. And we want to keep on doing this until we feel as though that everyone has been educated about their neighborhood, because North Avenue is a rich, wealthy neighborhood from east to west. If y'all really look at the history of North Avenue, y'all will see it. Look at the history of Garrison Boulevard. All these little mini mansions, they didn't just come out of nowhere. There's a lot of wealth in our city, in our community. So that's what we're doing. So break time.
No, it's not break time.
Oh, okay. I'm so used to that. But so that's what we're gonna do. Have a nice little gathering, walk. And talk.
We have a caller. Please connect us.
Hey, caller.
Hello there.
Hi.
Hi.
And who are we speaking with today?
Hi, my name is Alfreda Jones-Roby, and I'm going to be looking forward to speaking on the show a little bit later today.
Oh, okay. Hi. Thank you for tuning in.
Hi. I just tuned in, so
So, were you calling in for Reclaiming Self?
Hello.
I think you called in for the wrong show, my dear.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling. Hello. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Well, we appreciate you for calling. If you do happen to catch this show at the beginning, it's right on YouTube. You can check it out on YouTube, Be Exposed Radio /Reclaim Itself. It's there. But we appreciate you for calling.
So once again, I just want to thank everybody for supporting us on this journey.
Yes.
I want to thank everybody who have enjoyed and respected our show and respected us in the process.
Yep.
We look forward to coming back together and coming back strong.
Yep.
And I'd like everybody to really have a safe, blessed summer.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Well, not too sure how many couple, but
we'll see y'all soon.
Back.
We'll be back. We love y'all.
Yeah, I love you guys, and thank you. Thank you for the support and the love.
Is it me?
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.